I'm Raphaël Faure, and I'm a first year student in EMP, and I'm also the creative director of Etikett Radio, and I'm also a host with my show Sharivari. Sharivari, it's actually, I would say like it's a big noise, or like you have to imagine something coming from medieval times where people when they were not happy with some things that was happening socially, they were going out and doing like a lot of noise, big crowd of people doing a lot of noise outside. So it was like maybe the first manifestations of people back in the day, I would say. Sharivari is actually the show that I'm implementing with the radio is more like to present like more like experimental music. So like really like live music. It's I'm really interested into post-punk, noise music or ambient music, but it's still quite large, and it's always like the idea like to try to implement like some visual art or like some like visual concept with the show. Right now we are in the etiquette room at dBs school, and I wanted to do an exhibition, like because it's part of my project Sharivari. It's the idea is like to mix contemporary art, visual art with music projects. So I invited this artist called Anna Cripps, who did like a project called Cosmic Dream, which is about, of course, space, but also about human connection. So there is also a lot of poetry in the work that she's presenting. We thought about space is the place. Firstly, because we were tripping a bit on all the drum machines we are using to create music, and we saw like a correlation with all the satellites and all the different machines that are used for like space traveling, etc. So I have a band. It's called The Most Dangerous Gay. It's two people from my class and I'm working with. It's Stefanos Pantelas and Victor Irigoyen, and we play like more like we were really inspired by post-punk music, but also about what we learned during class. And the idea was like to present a show that is linked with the theme too. So it's going to be a lot of like spacey sounds during that show. Yeah, actually, like with Sharivari, I will soon also organize my own parties inside dBs and also outside of the school. That's the idea, like getting a few people that are like linked to the vision that I have to Sharivari and present them in shows like outside of the school. I also want to connect art students like that are maybe in other schools like UDK and or Weissensee to come and participate and mix all that together. Yeah, Jodorowsky. Jodorowsky is like he's a director, poet. He did like a lot of like crazy movies in the 70s, 80s, and I got fed by all his stories. That he was a scenarist of a lot of comic books I read when I was younger, and then I met him again, but through his movies and his way of perceiving the world, even, and how he implement all these ideas, really like echo with my way of thinking and my way of doing things. I always perceive myself in a way as joker or a trickster. I'm always trying to blur lines on what people could like comprehend. Is actually like my etiquette would be like to not try to put me an etiquette anywhere. That's the idea. So I always like give a few hints, but I always like try to shake the brain of the people who are like looking at my work, I would say.